Hello, Ayup, greetings, all that stuff. Yep, it's that time of the week. It's Fun Facts with Liam for Fun Facts in separate video segments every Friday. And I was I was trolling around, and this is sort of, I guess, like an unintentional stealth joke as well, given the subject of the episode and the kind of creature I'm going to talk about. But basically, before I get to it, last night I was looking around for, I guess you could say, yeah, it was basically a prehistoric themed week, but looking into, yeah, obviously, I mean, I like to find the obscure stuff and think things people don't always talk about, I guess, which fits into obscure, but I'll get to it. So, um, paleontologists, scientists, all that work in the field, like paleontology and stuff like that. They discovered years ago a species of very old fish. Like, I guess you could say it's primordial even, because they go back. These fish go back to, and I think some of their relatives are still alive today, but not themselves. It's like the kind of Neanderthal Cro-Magnon difference with us. But they found, and it's a fitting name. Um, they found the fish that, quotations, invented sexual intercourse, and given how fish are and everything like that, they might have actually done it for like experimentation and because they liked it. And this fish from at least 385 million years ago, that was found in lakes in Scotland, Estonia, and China, is called MICRObrachius Dicki. Bit of a ha ha, you said dick, you know, kind of joke there, I guess, or somebody can make. Um, but more than likely, it was just named after the bloke who discovered it, or them. Um, After a Dickie, a bit like Dickie, a bit like probably the ones that were discovered first were probably the ones in the Orkney Islands in Scotland, and I'm thinking that the scientist who discovered them, or it was named after or whatever, was Scottish. Because I think Dick is an old kind of localized Scottish name. Used to be very popular at one point, I think. Like like the actress Kate Dickie. You know, with which has an E at the end rather than I. But I think they took. I think there might be a rule. I think there might be a rule in the paleontology world that with E's and I's, you take one or the other out, or you take the E out, because it's like they either use Latin or Greek as a basis, and I think maybe Greek. They think along lines of that classification way of like the Greeks didn't have A's. Maybe that's my little theory there, but out of the way. But it got me thinking that because there are actually gay animals, which it makes me think regarding this type of fish, where there are many fish species who are experimental and into same sex things. It seems to be like an ancient sea animal thing or water animal thing. So I'm thinking, not only did uh, um, Microbrachius Dickie, um, you know, as far as paleontologists know, were the first known animals to sexually reproduce. They probably, you know, they probably did it for fun, and also they probably also when they were bored, because I imagine some fish species, even though they're probably not as advanced intelligently as us and a myriad of other animals or whatever, you know, it depends. It's all relative and based on study and everything like that, observational study. But yeah, I'm thinking there were such things as um, Kanye West. I mean, yeah, gay fish. Um, at least 385 million years ago, because why not? I think they're also intelligent and perceptive enough to on that note understand intimacy and appreciate intimacy, and because I've seen loads of pictures of these, and they're all in kind of schools or groups, these primordial fish. So they probably not only were they the first animals to potentially appreciate intimacy and intercourse and all that, they also in the intimacy kind of not to relate to the intimacy thing, they probably also established family units. So they were probably also the first known animals to have family units that, cared about each other. So yeah, that was yeah, not enough. Put my tongue back. Put your tongue back in your mouth, a descendant of James and Charles. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna finish up there. Uh, you know, as uh, as Roger the Alien says, "Mama more money, mama more speech therapy, and all that." But when I psych myself up for stuff, it's not really psyching myself up. It's more like me trying to avoid wittering on and digressing a lot, like a like a Sheldon Cooper or Spencer Reid or whatever. But yeah, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and I'll do all the rest of these, of course, today, because that's just how it is. You know, I promise to do something and I do it. I set out a schedule, whichever you prefer, and yeah, I'll see you in episodes 95, 96, and 97. Because this is 94 so far. Wow, I'm getting close to 100. For some reason that's vaguely exciting to me. So yeah, TTFN Tata for now, as Tigger says.